Well, good morning, OBC family. I'm recording this on Saturday, October 3rd, and you are never going to guess where I am. Can you see the mountains in the back there? Believe it or not, I'm in Banff. And Friday morning, I left our house in Winnipeg at about 3 a.m. On what was to be a 5-day, 5,000-kilometer drive to Mission, BC to pick up my daughter and drive her back home here. She's going to be staying with us for a few days. And I would appreciate your prayers for us as we make that trip. But I also wanted to take just a couple of minutes and tell you about our special Sunday morning service tomorrow. We're thrilled to be able to have Jeff and Sonia Kilmartin with us. I know they are no strangers to a lot of you because they did spend time in the Beausejour Church, our sister church. But now they are working in Cameroon as some of our NAB missionaries. So they're going to be bringing an update tomorrow, as well as Jeff is going to be preaching. So you are not going to want to miss that. I also wanted to just remind you that earlier this week, Manitoba shifted into a code orange, which meant that masks are now required in all public places. Our church happens to be one of those places, so I want to remind you to bring your mask tomorrow and wear it as you come in. I want to let you know that we've established some protocols that say once you are sitting in your pew and are comfortably social distanced from the people around you, it is up to you whether you want to continue to wear that mask or take it off. We are going to leave that decision up to you. I also want to encourage you, if you feel like you're a little more vulnerable, feel free to come a little bit later to the service after the singing portion is done, probably the first 10 or 15 minutes we do the singing. Or we also have the enhanced seating area that is located in our nursery now. We've created a really neat space in there for people. So if you are feeling a little more vulnerable, I'd encourage you to utilize that space. I also wanted to speak to those of you who are not going to be coming to church tomorrow. As you know, we most often have our service posted online that you can watch. But because we have a guest speaker tomorrow, that's not going to be the case. And I want to put out a challenge to you. If you're not going to be coming to church tomorrow, I want you to read the entire book of Ephesians. It takes about 20 minutes to read it cover to cover. And what a great way to sort of wrap your head around some of the concepts that we're talking about in our You Fit Here series. Next week, we're going to be doing our third message in that series. We're going to be starting in chapter 2. And one of the things as I was realizing this week as I was preparing that sermon is that we so often forget that in essence, this letter to the church in Ephesus was just that. It was a letter. It was Paul writing a letter to a group of people that he cared very much about. And sometimes I think we miss that when we pay attention to the chapters and the verse divisions, which is all very much of a man-made addition to that letter. But if you are not going to come to church tomorrow, I want to encourage you to do that. And I'm looking forward to hearing maybe some of the things that God even spoke to you about as you did that. Okay, I'm going to get going. I'm going to give you one more beautiful view of the mountains. And we'll see you in a few days.